Whitni, did you run this last event while dribbling a basketball?
I asked Coach Taylor, but she said no. So it's a little more hilly. I think it would have been too hard with the basketball this time.
Joking aside, you win the 6K individual title to lead BYU women's cross country to really a dominating first-place finish at the OSU Invitational in Stillwater, Oklahoma. You beat the next closest competitor in that 6K by 11 seconds. Is it harder to have a big lead or to be in a tight race?
So that race, she was actually with me for the first, just until the last 400 meters of the race. So I actually was running with her for the majority of the race. And then I just kind of picked it up the last 400. But yeah, so to answer your question, I like to race with people. I think it's a little bit easier. It's less, when you know they're just behind you, sometimes you're like, they are chasing me down. But if you're with people, then it's kind of nice to work with people in that long of a race. If it's shorter, I don't know, you just kind of go. But when it's really long like that, it's kind of nice to have some people around you.
Fair enough. So. It's the fourth individual cross-country title of your career, and I'm sure not the last. But this one's different because it's your first race to open up a season coming out of COVID. So how were your emotions during the race and leading up to the race?
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I was definitely trying to just wrap my head around it. It's been so long, so my mind was kind of all over the place. But when it came down to it, just had to believe that I was fit enough and trust in my training. And it ended up working out, but definitely a little bit crazy to race again mentally, but it was good.
I mean, you didn't even know until basically the midweek that you were going to race and that you're going to be in Stillwater, Oklahoma doing this. So how do you transition mentally, knowing that, okay, we're actually doing this thing?
Yeah, I honestly had to tell myself that, this isn't normal. It's probably honestly more normal that you're kind of freaking out just because of the way you have to prepare for races like this. It's kind of weird. Usually you have months to prepare and you're like, okay, I'm ready when you get there. But I was like, we're just going to go out there and just do our best. So, yeah.
Well, clearly you were fit and in the proper condition because you win the race. What did you do to maintain your condition in these weird, unprecedented circumstances?
Mentally or?
Both, mentally and physically. How did your training regime change?
Yeah, I'm not really, the training isn't up to me. So that's the part that is good. It's up to Coach Taylor. So she's the one that's probably stressing about the training. I'm just here to do whatever you say. But as far as mentally, that's more my job. So yeah, I'm just always working on it, always trying to stay mentally ready. And yeah.
No wonder your coach likes you so much because you live by that motto. I'll just do whatever you say. You are a coach's dream. But she resonates with not just you, but everybody on the team. For those that don't know Diljeet Taylor, explain to them what it's like to race for a coach like that.
She is so passionate and so smart in the sport. I don't know, you just know that what you're doing is right. And you feel prepared when you're on the line. Is kind of what I'm trying to say, because she knows. So it takes some pressure off of you knowing that you have someone like that behind you, pushing you and getting you ready. So yeah, she's unreal. Highly recommend.
I love that she says racing is now a privilege. It's not just a right. And I think there's a lot of truth in that, not just in cross country, but across all sports right now, just the ability and the opportunity to compete. I do want to finish with this question before I let you go, Whitni. How do you balance team camaraderie with the natural competition that exists between teammates? Because it is a team sport, but you're trying to win the race individually.
Yes, that is a really good question. I feel like that's the question that everyone's always asking, because it's definitely something you need to figure out in the sport. You just need to learn to be happy for other people's success, and also while striving for your own success and being self-focused. So yeah, that's my thing. I'm just like, I'm going to worry about me, but I'm going to do everything I can do to be my best. But when it's all over, I'm going to be happy for whoever's racing with me, especially if they're right up with me. I'll be like, I'm giving it my best. If you're with me, then I'm proud. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. So
congratulations again on your most recent individual title and for the opportunity that you have to race again, Whitni. It's great to catch up with you. Thanks so much.
thank you.